Now therefore, our power, we thank thee, and praise thy glorious name. But who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly after this sort? For all things come of thee, and of thine own have we given thee. For we are strangers before thee, and sojourners, as were all our fathers. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is none abiding. O Most High, our power, all this store that we have prepared to build thee an house for thine holy name cometh of thine hand, and is all thine own. I know also, my power, that thou triest the heart, and hast pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of mine heart have I willingly offered all these things. And now have I seen with joy thy people, which are present here, to offer willingly unto thee. O Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and of Israel, our fathers, keep this forever in the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of thy people, and prepare their heart unto thee.
That's beautiful, man. He's praying, thanking the Most High, man, for the people giving willingly, and telling the Most High to bless the people for giving willingly, and rejoicing, and being glad to give unto the work of the Most High. Read.
Verse 19. And give unto Solomon my son a perfect heart, to keep thy commandments, thy testimonies, and thy statutes, and to do all these things, and to build the palace, for the which I have made provision.
King David had to make provision for it. King Solomon had to build it because King David, the Most High said, had too much blood on his hands. He had killed too many people. He had killed too many. So he said, hey, I mean, it was a war where cat had blood all the way up his arm. Just caked all over his arm. Just killing, just fighting. Warriors, man, powerful warriors. So King David had too much blood. That's why he's getting provision to have the temple built. But King Solomon would build the temple. Read.
Verse 20. And David said to all the congregation, now bless the Most High your power. And all the congregation blessed the Most High power of their fathers, and bowed down their heads, and worshiped the Most High and the king. And they sacrifices unto the Most High, and offered burnt offerings unto the Most High. On the morrow after that day, even 1,000 bullocks, 1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs, with their drink offerings and sacrifices in abundance for all Israel. And did eat and drink before the Most High on that day with great gladness. And they made Solomon the son of David king the second time, and anointed him unto the Most High to be the chief governor, and Zadok to be priest.
That's right. Bringing King Solomon into the rulership after King David. Read.
Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Most High as king instead of David his father, and prospered, and all Israel obeyed him.
All Israel was with obedience to King Solomon. Go ahead.
And all the princes and the mighty men and all the sons likewise of King David submitted themselves unto Solomon the king.
See, they submitted themselves unto this one man, King Solomon. That's how our nation was. Go ahead.
Verse 25. And the Most High magnified Solomon exceedingly in the sight of all Israel, and bestowed upon him such royal majesty as had not been on any king before him in Israel.
The Most High gave King Solomon so much majesty, more than King David, more than King Saul, because there was only 2 kings that was before King Solomon. He gave him all this majesty. But you know what Solomon didn't ask for? He didn't ask for riches and all that, because you know he already had it. We just read about it, right? Through King David. But he didn't want that. He just wanted to be able to rule over the people justly. That's what he asked for. He didn't ask for the things that everybody else for. And those are the things that was humble humility to the Most High. And he blessed them, man, in abundance. That's why people looking for, you know, their what we call to be highly successful in the condition that we in called hell. And not concerned about the masses of people that are destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. They're not really destroyed, concerned about our people, more so than about themselves and how everybody fit in with their program or it ain't really the Most High program no more. It's like individuals having their own program and how everybody fit in with their program when it's the Most High's program. How we gonna feed the sheep? How we gonna feed the lamb? What we gonna do to reach out to our people? You know, more publicity, more ways our people need to find out about this truth. You know, it's very important. Even the birds in order. Fish in order. The cows in order. Sheep in order. We the only thing on the earth that's out of order. That's why the earth is defiled and the habits thereof. I mean, they showing how the buffaloes running from Yellowstone Park. Running away from this madness. Look at the trees. They not live. They look lively. They don't even look lively, man. They look half dead, you know. They just put them out here. They ain't watering them. They look like they supposed to be in some other land somewhere. They just get them from everywhere. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Import trees into a desert. This place ain't nothing but a desert out here. You wash your car, you wake up in the morning, it's dirty. Filthy, right? Then you gotta wash it again. You can't keep up with it, man. It's like too much. Put a car cover on and somebody steal it. Put it in the garage, somebody break in your garage.
But does your car have dirt?
This is,
The car when it's dirty with what?
Dirt, pollution, dew, whenever it has to be a dirt on it, then the dew comes up in the morning, puts it on even thicker. Man, it's like, man, it's terrible. Pollution, eating up the paint of the car. What is it doing to us?
Is it dusty?
Dusty. Like right now, the train's going by, blowing all kind of dust. Blowing the filthy pollution in the air. The wind's always blowing. Ain't hardly no humid day out here. We got wind blowing. That wind blowing all the time here. That's a good thing though. It's a cool, cool wind. It's warm, but it's cool. A cool wind blowing from the ocean. So we have it pretty nice here. It's like in a valley where a lot of the smog is not so much here in Long Beach, but at the same time it's still here. And people are suffering from it. This place polluted, man. That's why the Most High got to destroy it. And bring forth a new heavens and new earth. Let's read.
1 Chronicles chapter 29, verse 26. Thus David, the son of Jesse, reigned over all Israel. And the time that he reigned over Israel was 40 years.
See? 40 years. How long did Saul rule?
40 years.
40 years. Then King David ruled 40 years. Here we go again. 40 years again. Read.
7 years reigned he in Hebron.
7 years in Hebron. Read.
And 33 years reigned he in Jerusalem.
And 33 years in Jerusalem. 4 is the number of mercy. That's something. Like they go to fast when? How long? 40 days, 40 nights. But that 4 plus a 0 is still 4. Not getting
in a good old age, full of days, riches, and honor.
See, he died in a full old age, full of what?
Riches,
Days, riches, and what?
honor.
And honor, read.
And Solomon his son reigned in his stead. Now the acts of David the king, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of Samuel the seer, and in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer.
Where those books at? See what I'm saying? Where those books at? The Acts of David are written in the book of Nathan, the prophet, and the book of Gad the seer. Read.
Verse 30. With all his reign and his might, and the times that went over him, and over Israel, and over all the kingdoms of the countries.
Right. I was King David. Second Chronicles 20. Start at verse 26.
Second Chronicles, chapter 20, verse 26. And on the fourth day, they assembled themselves in the valley of Barakah. For there they blessed the Most High. Therefore the name of that same place was called the Valley of Barakah unto this day.
Right. We have defeated the Moabites and the Ammonites. Chinese, so-called Chinese indigenous ones, the dark Chinese and the dark Japanese, as we would know today. Because a lot of them necessarily, because they call themselves Chinese or Japanese or Arabs or whoever they are, they may not necessarily be the ones we read about here. The original ones were people of color. A lot of times you're looking at Genghis Khan and Kublai Khan that came through and they raped a lot of Asians and so they raped everyone they came on the earth. When they came through the reign, you were Edomites. So a lot of people that we think are who they are, a lot of them are descendants of Esau. That's why I say Esau is what? The end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of that follows. So a lot of these people that's ruling now, not necessarily because they're called, that's why people say, well, the Ammonites and the Moabites, yeah. They're the byproduct of Lot and his sisters. That they had a Down syndrome type of look because the sisters got together with their father and created babies, had babies. You know, that incest, that Down syndrome look. And I remember someone that was reporting in this world in China said she knew that they came from us. They came from us. How? Through Lot. Who was Lot? Descendant of who? Abraham's nephew. So from the loins of Abraham. So they knew. They know. Some know. Even the Moabite knew that he was ancient Chinaman. I remember that years ago. That was one time when I was telling them, I said, well, we don't know who we are. The Edomite and the Moabite. The Edomite said he was Caucasian, one of the type of Caucasian, and the Moabite said he was Chinese. He knew he was Moab though. He knew his ancestry was Moab. I said, we don't know who we are, watch. And I was asking brothers, you know, what's your nationality? Everybody was saying something different. Like right now, we up to about 34 names of who we are as a people. That's destroyed for lack of knowledge. What's your race, brother? 34 different names, 34 different identities in front of everybody? That's really destroyed. That's why we know we the children of Israel. Everybody else can identify themselves with us. Have no clue at all. And we scattered among all nations. So people thinking that they one nation, they might even be the nation. All Israel not of Israel. Be surprised. A lot of these people that's claiming to be Israel, they might not even be Israel. But the Spirit gonna bear witness with the Spirit, whether or not they are the Most High. Let's read. Verse 27.
2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 27. Then they returned, every man of Judah and Jerusalem, and Jehoshaphat in the henceforth of them.
Forefront.
It's like it. In the forefront of them, to go again to Jerusalem with joy. For the Most High had made them to rejoice over their enemies.
See? So we got the victory. We was having